but by the smiles they help spread in the world.
Yes, Aunt Jemima.
Smiling, happy Aunt Jemima, famous for her secret recipe pancakes, waffles, and buckwheat. What's a good word, Aunt Jemima?
Well, Mr. Lion, folks says there's nothing so pretty as a happy face and nothing so worthwhile as a happy life.
Yes, Aunt Jemima, that is true.
Smiling, happy Aunt Jemima, famous for those secret recipe pancakes, waffles, and buckwheat. Seems to me you're just bursting with one of your happy sayings.
Well, I is, Mr. Charlie. The old folks, they says, you doubles your own happiness when you shares it with other folks.
And now, Aunt Jemima, one of your old plantation sayings, if you will.
It's a pleasure, folks, to remind you all that the Lord meant for the sky to be blue. But if the day is blue, it's probably our fault.
True, Aunt Jemima, true.
They stole that pancake mix. Failed to pay products bearing her image. Okay, oh, thief. To tell me they just found Nancy Green unmarked grave. Just found it. Nearly 100 years. The Nancy Green had no tombstone, no flowers. This is the lady that we're pouring on the image of the syrup bottle. The pancakes, no tombstone, all around the world. Aunt Jemima, the original image. Come on. They had to go through the archives of obituaries just to find her. Died in 1923. Lost in time. Aline Lewis was portraying Aunt Jemima in Disney World. This how big of the thing, this how big it was. Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Donald Duck, and Aunt Jemima. In Disneyland, in Disney World. Theme parks. Y'all know they stole the hell out of that pancake mix. Talking about all lives matter. What about Nancy Green life? Now I eat oatmeal, but I feel bad about it. They deserve too.
My hunger just went away.
I feel bad for even eating the damn syrup.
Next week's adventure will be brought to you by our alternate sponsor, the Quaker Oats Company. Now, a word about one of their many fine products, Aunt Jemima Pancake Mix. Aunt Jemima's. So tender, so light. There's something about Aunt Jemima's.
Peg, these are terrific. What's the secret?
Oh, it's an old family secret, handed down from generation to generation, from father to son.
By Aunt Jemima.
The secret is out.
Well, I ought to know Aunt Jemima. I was raised on them.
Say, and I love the way the sausage is right in the pancake. Isn't it good? And it's so easy.
Yes, simple and delicious. Just fry pieces of bulk pork sausage, shake up a batch of Aunt Jemima's, then pour the batter on the griddle and sprinkle with drained sausage meat. You know, more people have flipped over Aunt Jemima's than any other pancakes in the world. Light, tender, Aunt Jemima's. If you like pancakes, then sure as shaken, they're Aunt Jemima's.
Pepsi, everybody was getting sued for this image because the images have changed over the decades. The original image, which I never saw that one, was like, you know, you know, they had the bandana around the black woman head, and then late in the 80s and the 90s, they changed it up, took the bandana off, and brought the hair down to her shoulders. Now we all know. Changing with the times. Quaker Oats maintains that Aunt Jemima products stand for nourishment, warmth, and trust. Then why not put a white woman on it then? Oh, I got one. All I'm saying, if that's what it was all about, originally, there were many white women in America. White people eat syrup. White women cook. White women sell a lot of products. Makeup, shampoo, food too. Martha Stewart, Paula Deen. This isn't new, but why? Who made the decision to put a black woman who actually existed at the time on a product and sell it like that in the image of a servant that was considered the norm of dressing in those type of working environments at the time? In the 1930s and 20s and stuff. That's all I'm saying. If that's the case, if that was the original thought, warmth and nourishment. Doing the cooking, the cleaning. Y'all know this. Black women, the help. Stop it already. They stole it.
Quaker Oats says Aunt Jemima is a mythical figure on the pancake box. A federal lawsuit now charges that the descendants of early Aunt Jemima models, like Nancy Green, a former Kentucky slave, are entitled to some of the dough from the pancake mix over the years.
Aunt Jemima.
I wish I was on the cotton, oh, thank God, not forgotten of the way, of the way.
Smiling, happy Aunt Jemima, famous for her secret recipe pancakes, waffles, and buckwheat. What's your happy thought for today?
It's that folks who smiles at breakfast mostly don't never need no doctor.
A good thing to remember.
These images are painful stereotypes now, a relic of slavery when black women were stereotyped as mammies. Aunt Jemima romanticized slavery and recreated the plantation as a happy place for whites and blacks. Kentucky's Nancy Green played this role for Aunt Jemima from 1890 to 1923. The lawsuit says a later Aunt Jemima named Anna Harrington played the role from 1935 to 1955. Both women, the lawsuit says, were employed under contracts that promised them royalties, and both women contributed to the famous recipe that's become the nation's dominant pancake mix. Those claims have no merit, according to a statement from Quaker Oats, a division of PepsiCo. Contributing their culinary expertise, their personality, and indeed their images, the early Aunt Jemimas made the brand, their descendants argue, and are entitled to some of the dough. A federal court may find they were simply independent contractors. Whatever the outcome, the images and advertisements are from a Jim Crow era, from our not-too-distant past. For the Courier-Journal, this is Jere Downs, with special thanks to the Jim Crow Museum at Ferris State University in Big Rapids, Michigan.
You got away with it, but you know how I feel about it. They stole the hell out of those recipes.